5 tips to figure out what makes you happy. True happiness is something we all strive to find, and for some it can take a long time to discover. It also takes a lot of patience to weed out surface-level happiness from what makes us feel true happiness. This guide will tell you 5 things that can help you figure out what makes you happy. Give yourself time and space to figure everything out. True happiness isn't something that comes to us instantly. Some people can take years before they find out what makes them happy. Before seeking true happiness, you must give yourself permission to take the time and space needed to figure yourself out. Allowing yourself this time and environment to admit when something makes you unhappy gives you the opportunity to let whatever it is go. Remember to periodically remind yourself that this process isn't instant, and achieving true happiness comes from a process of trial and error. Use a mood tracker to monitor your feelings. Using a mood tracker to monitor your feelings can help gauge what activities and tasks make you happy, and which ones are harming your psyche. Some people choose to track their moods through creative trackers in bullet journals. However, if bullet journaling doesn't fit your fancy, several mood tracker apps are available for both iOS and Android systems. You can also achieve this by simply doing a self-assessment at the end of each day. Limit contact with negative influences. Limiting contact with negative influences helps ensure you stay in the right headspace while pursuing true happiness. Understandably, these negative influences may be people you have difficulty cutting off completely, like a parent or a sibling. In these cases, learn to set healthy boundaries with these people and surround yourself with positive influences more often to offset the negative energy. Try different methods and activities. Figuring out what makes you happy is a trial and error process. Because of that, you may find several activities and methods that don't work before landing on something that does. For example, you may have tried the method of waking up an hour earlier than usual. If you do this for a week, and you find you're sluggish halfway through the day, it may be time to try an alternative method or activity. When you're constantly running into things that don't work, try not to feel too discouraged. Remind yourself that this journey can take a long time, but the end result will be worth it. Allow yourself to feel every emotion. Not all emotions are positive, and it's easy to push the negative emotions out of the way to avoid dealing with them. Although it's easier to put up blinders, it's an important part of the journey to feel and experience every emotion. For example, feeling anger or anxiety when experiencing something likely means it's something that won't make you happy. With that said, it's important to analyze these emotions and decide why you're feeling them. If you're feeling these emotions because of an outside influence, consider eliminating the outside influence first. By giving yourself grace and letting every emotion be processed fully, you equip yourself with better knowledge going forward in the journey. Conclusion. To summarize it all, figuring out what makes you happy takes time and commitment. It requires you to feel everything as it comes, and it requires patience when it seems like nothing works. By giving yourself the right space and mindset to start your journey and limiting contact with negative influences, you put yourself on the path to figuring out what makes you happy.